So these bike racks are a tray-style bike rack that have an arm that comes up and clamps on the down tube of your bicycle. The bikes load up into the tray, which is modular, and you can adjust it to the size that you need based off of the length. So there's two trays that overlap, and then you bolt them together in the middle, and then that tray gets bolted to your crossbars with these U-bolts. Now, in addition to these thumb wing nuts, I end up putting lock nuts on there because we're traveling full time. I don't take these racks off, they're there all the time. So I wanted something a little bit more theft deterrent than just the simple wing nuts that you could remove without any tools. And then I put the thumb nuts back on top just so that there's not pointy bolts sticking out over the place, and those have worked well. So to load the bikes in these racks, you bring them up and you roll the wheels into the track with the clamp tube down. Then you bring this arm up and you clamp it on the down tube of your bicycle. It clamps down using this hand screw and even has a locking mechanism inside. Now, even though each rack has the integrated lock, we carry a cable lock to secure the bikes when they're off the rack and off the truck. And I found it easier and quicker just to use that when they're on the truck as well. Now, again, we've been using these bike racks for over 18,000 miles of travel in 2 years, and they've been outside the entire time. The only other thing that I don't care about with these bike racks is that these straps, these cam buckles that hold the tires in place, I ended up putting zip ties around them through the buckle because otherwise there's nothing holding that strap to the rack. So every time I undid the buckles, the buckle would fall out of the trays and I'd have to reinsert it and rethread it. And ultimately a simple zip tie solved that problem. Now I have had the idea that you could take a rivet and rivet it so that that strap stays in place. However, it is nice to be able to switch these left and right, depending on how you're loading your vehicle. So when I was loading the bikes up onto our minivan, I wanted the buckles all to the outside. Well, now that I'm loading them through the back of the truck bed, I want the buckles on the inside, except for those front two, because that's what I can reach from the truck bed. Then I hop down and I buckle the front two outside tires from the outside. It's really handy to be able to choose which side those go on. I just wish that they had designed some way for you to keep those straps in place while you were undoing the buckles. Now, seeing as these bike racks clamp onto the down tube of the bike and you're going to be driving down the road going over bumps and stuff, there is going to be a little bit of friction where that clamps onto the down tube. Having driven over 2 years, 18,000 miles with these, I have not had any catastrophic damage to the bikes from that clamp. However, there is going to be a little bit more impact on the bike. If you've got any decals where that clamps on or something, it could definitely rub them off. However, to move up to a bike rack that clamps down on solely the tires and doesn't touch the bike frame at all, you're jumping significantly in price point. And ultimately, if you're carrying your bikes outside of covered storage, they're getting beat up as well. So to me, bicycles are a tool. We use them to travel around and explore new places and have fun. They are not a showpiece or an art piece for me. And the little bit of wear and tear that we get on the rims from the straps and the clamps for the down tube is insignificant to the overall experience we have using these bike racks, carrying our bikes down the road. Well, that's all I have for today. Take care and happy trails.